Welcome to Shore's Wellness Solutions. I'm Dr. Dave, along with my lovely wife, Amy.
Hey guys, how are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm all right.
Awesome. And we're here to bring you a beautiful workshop about rest. Oh, no, but not sleep.
Oh, well, I thought it was about sleep when I decided to book this class and realized we're not talking about sleep today. We're going to be talking about rest, how to rebuild, repair, strengthen your body, and how to maximize your exercise workouts.
So exercise recovery.
Is that not what I said?
That's what you said. Awesome.
Oh my goodness.
All right, you're in control.
I am?
Fire away.
All right. Well, what is a rest day anyway?
A rest day is when you don't get out of bed till 7 for us. Yes. So yes, that's a rest day. But a rest day is a day off from performance.
And that's from off of intense exercise. That's not just because you're exercising really hard. Rest day doesn't mean you sit on the couch and you do nothing, right?
Right.
It means that you're resting to let your muscles recover from the real strenuous workouts and exercises that you've done.
Mm-hmm. So if you did, for instance, like a chest workout today, your rest tomorrow will be don't do the chest workout. It could be shoulders, it could be arms, it could be legs, it could be back, but not chest.
Right.
Could be just walking.
Going for a walk, you know, not a run where you're running fast and all those kinds of things, because that's not resting, but doing something that is not super strenuous when you're going through your workout regimen.
Mm-hmm.
Rest days don't make you lazy, right? In fact, they're essential for the beneficial effects of exercise to take place.
Mm-hmm.
The process of exercise creates microscopic tears in your muscle tissue, and during rest, your body has a chance to heal these tears, resulting in stronger muscles.
And that's what allows for more definition. Not like Arnold's definition, but for muscles to be stronger and a little more hypertrophied, or just a little larger on those rest days. So you go, you work it out, you in a sense tear down the muscle, cause these micro tears, and then you need the adequate rest time for the muscle to rebuild.
Right. Rest days also allow your body to restore stores of energy in the form of glycogen from carbohydrates, which are broken down during exercise as well.
Yeah, so as you're out there doing your bench press and you get to, 8, 9, 12 reps, however many you're doing, 15, and as you get up and you're straining a little bit, that's the muscle that is fatiguing. You're using up the glycogen for the moment that's in that muscle, and you're creating lactic acid, which is causing that muscle to slow down. And then you need a little rest time for that.
Yeah, rest is necessary for preventing muscle fatigue.
Mm-hmm.
When muscles' glycogen levels are depleted from exercise, you'll experience the muscle fatigue and soreness. Have you ever done this crazy workout and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't move, I'm sore. You do need to have some rest days so you have time to recover.
So back in college, I remember when my buddies and I would go and work out, and we knew we had a hard chest day because, your pecs would hurt. But of course, then we did the pec game. Like, can you do a little knife edge into your buddy's pec without him hitting you? And you knew because, it would really hurt because we probably overtrained and, didn't rest enough between the rest days.
I can say as,
you didn't do that?
I've never done that
No.
before. Never tried to punch someone in the chest.
We didn't punch. It was just like a knife edge.
I knife.
Ow. No, just kidding.
Muscles require glycogen to function, both during exercise as well as regular movement. Some symptoms associated with muscle fatigue include soreness, localized pain, shortness of breath, trembling, muscle twitching, a weak grip, and muscle cramps.
Right.
So how do you reduce your risk of injury?
Don't exercise.
Oh.
No.
Without taking rest days, your body will be overworked. This will make you more likely to fall out of form, drop a weight, or take a wrong step. The process of overtraining exposes your muscles to repetitive stress and strain, which leads to an increased risk of overuse injury. An injury will result in taking more rest days than planned. So it's better to schedule your rest days so you don't injure yourself. If you work really, really hard every single day, you're going to get fatigued, your muscles are going to ache, you're going to do something silly. We're running hard every day, you're going to pull something, and next thing you know, you're going to have an injury that is going to be, you're going to need a lot of rest days just to repair that, and you're going to have to stop doing that workout that
a couple weeks instead of maybe a couple days.
Exactly.
And you know, as we age, and since I'm aging, she's not, but I am, but as we age, what happens is we need more rest. And if we're going back to exercising, doing things that we haven't done, we need that rest time. And it's very important to make sure that we're getting adequate rest. And it's not necessarily, well, I scheduled Monday, Wednesday, Friday to work out, because you can work out Monday and have a good workout, and your body might not be ready by Wednesday, if you're just getting back into it or changing up exercise, to work out again the same routine. And so you really need to know that it could take 2 to 5 days of rest for the body to rebuild and repair itself so that it's ready to go and enhance what it is you're trying to accomplish.
Right. So if you're looking for enhanced performance without adequate rest, you may struggle to complete your normal routine. If you're struggling to do the minimum, there's no way you'll be able to challenge yourself to do more. Additionally, you may experience reduced endurance, slow reaction times, and poor agility. Rest, on the other hand, increases energy and prevents fatigue, which prepares your body for consistently successful workouts. So you want to have a routine where you do take that time to rest those muscles so you don't wear out.
Right. Now, back in February when I started doing the burpees, I worked up to a set of 15 rapidly, you know, during the month of February. But each month I've added a second set of 15, or a next set. So here we are in August, I'm doing 7. But I've also, over this time, have looked at my rest. I take the weekends off, 2 days to rest totally. But when I initially started that, I needed rest for that 1 set, for that 2 sets in March and 3 in April. Whereas now, doing the 7 sets, my body's able to recover in that time.
Look at that.
Thanks.
Well, exercise also is a great way to ensure a very good night's sleep, but rest days are also helpful. Constant exercise doesn't allow your body to break from energy-boosting hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. Without rest days, your body can overproduce these hormones, making it difficult to get quality sleep. Rest allows your hormones to return to a normal, balanced state, helping you to also sleep better.
And a lot of times when you're sleeping, you fall asleep or struggle falling asleep or struggle staying asleep or a combination of both. It's because the body is producing too much cortisol. That's adrenal just dysfunction, the stress handling glands. And if you're producing too much cortisol, that needs to be handled before anything else. And if you look in, you know, sleeping pills and things like that, that's just not going to cut it. They might help in the short term, but it actually makes the body break down even more and become more sick, more ill.
Right. Well, it is important too, when we talk about rest days, that you're still staying active on rest days. You're just not pushing yourself as hard as you would when you're doing more strenuous workout. While some rest days you may just want to sit on the couch and do nothing at all, it's really better to do something, because by laying on the couch doing nothing at all, it can lead you down a path of bad habits. To help keep you engaged, it's okay to remain active. Go for a short walk, do some light cardio, low-key activities, do some yoga. There are different things, and we're going to talk a little bit more about some of the other things that we can do on our rest days.
And as your body becomes more physically active, I'll call it more in shape, then you can alter things that you do on rest days. Like you may be able to work out hard every day, but using the weightlifter's example, chest on Monday, legs on Tuesday, shoulders on Thursday. So you're doing different body parts while allowing the others to rest adequately.
Exactly. So you want to do low intensity activities on your rest day. Gentle yoga, for example, is a great way. You can get rid of the tension in your body, letting blood flow so your muscle tissues are nourished. It's also excellent for improving body awareness and helping with your mindset as well, which is also an important part of rest days.
It is.
What else can we do? Walking.
Cycling.
Cycling.
Your favorite. Dancing.
Oh, dance. I thought you said cycling was my favorite. I'm like,
no,
oh,
your
not
favorite?
so sure.
No, I don't think so. Dancing, yes.
Dancing, yes. Kayaking. There's a lot of things that you can do on your rest days that you're still keeping active.
What do you want to talk about? Myofascial release?
Sure.
Okay, good. So myofascial release is very good, and what you're doing, what that means is releasing the fascia. So for instance, if I hold my arm up and wave goodbye, my arm goes back and forth and then stops. But you see with some people, when I stop my arm, it should stop.
Oh, I thought you were saying it should float back and forth. I'm like, I don't want mine floating back and forth.
It should stop. But there's some people that have what we affectionately call the bye-bye arms. You wave goodbye and stop, and the arm keeps waving. And so what it is the fascia, the tissue that holds the skin to the muscle, but allows the muscle to move underneath by holding the skin in shape. That fascia ends up with trigger points or points that are, we'll call it stuck. And so that needs to be released. So you can use a foam roller or something to do that. What really good part of that is in your ITBs down the side of the legs. You can just take your knuckles like this gently and roll them or rub them down your legs, and you'll find the tender spots. And it's those tender spots that need a little extra attention to work out.
Yeah, and if you use the foam roller right at the onset of muscle soreness, it'll help reduce the tension, increase your range of motion, and it just helps with general overall performance when
and
you're
hasten
working
the
out.
recovery, sure.
Exactly. So,
what do you need to eat?
Yeah, what should you eat on rest days?
Everything. Can I back up? No.
Everything?
No. Can I back up for 1 second?
Sure.
Yeah, so we talked about adrenal dysfunction and cortisol. There are many times that we get patients into our office that are doing an exercise routine, and they're doing this exercise for a period of time, month, 3 months, 6 months or longer, and they're complaining in doing this that they're gaining weight. And they're not eating a ton of food, but they're gaining weight. And that's the adrenal effect. What's happening is they're not allowing their bodies to recover. Cortisol spiking and not getting a chance to come down. And so that's actually going to cause weight gain. And a lot of times we just need to put patients on gentle exercise, gentle yoga, gentle walking, something just gentle to the body, get the movement in, but not spike up the cortisol levels during exercise. And they get really great results. Some even get phenomenal results, and that's what we like to see.
Of course. So what are we going to eat on rest days?
Back to eating.
Yes. The things you eat on your rest days can have an impact on muscle recovery.
Can I have pizza?
You want pizza?
If it's made with a cauliflower crust,
I was
sure.
going to say probably not.
No.
You'll want to ensure your protein intake is adequate to support muscle repair and include complete carbohydrates as well as vegetables.
Very much so. And for protein, look at the ideal body weight. That is what you want to weigh. And so the minimum should be a 0.5 gram of protein for every pound you want to weigh. So if you want to weigh 150, you should be getting about 75 grams of protein a day. If you want to bulk up and weigh more, you should have 3/4 to a gram of protein for every pound. And you want to put the food into your body, the protein, the fats, so important for recovery, vegetables, so that your body can repair itself and have the nutrients it needs to rebuild and, of course, repair.
Right. You also want to keep in mind that on rest days, your body generally needs fewer calories because you're not as active. So you don't really need to eat as many calories either because you're not moving as much. You're not doing that strenuous or the harder workouts that you've been doing the other days of the week. Make sure you also stay hydrated and drink plenty of water to prevent muscle cramps and deliver nutrients throughout your body. It's really important to stay hydrated, not only on your workout days, but on your rest days.
Okay.
What are some signs that you need a rest day? Your body will tell you.
Sore muscles.
Yep, when you need a break.
Fatigue, pain, emotional changes or challenges. If you're starting to get emotional, that's your body. That's a way that your body says, hey, I need a break.
What?
Okay.
Who gets emotional?
Sleeping issues. Sleeping issues is another way that your body's saying, I need a break. Or reduced performance. And so those are all signs and symptoms of a body that's been overstressed, overtaxed, physically and or mentally, and it needs a break.
So how often should you schedule a rest day?
Well, I would say to schedule it before the signs and symptoms show up.
You should always schedule at least one full rest day a week. If you're new to working out or starting a new training program, start with 3 days of workouts per week and then increase and vary your workouts as your body adapts to the new training style.
And if you're experiencing any of the symptoms of fatigue or non-recovery, add an extra rest day in there.
Right, exactly. Ultimately, the optimal number of rest days depends on the type of workouts that you're doing. You'll need to consider your training intensity, whether you're doing full body workouts or split workouts, how long you've been training for, your training style, where you are in your training cycle, and your lifestyle stressors outside of your training. All those things will help to determine what your rest schedule should look like.
And there's also new research that's coming out that's saying that about 40 minutes should be the maximum amount of time to work out. Over 40 minutes, you're getting decreased returns, which will cause your body to need more rest time.
Well, here's a few things that you can consider with different exercises that you might be doing. Like cardio, such as walking, is generally considered a safe thing to do every single day. However, moderate or vigorous aerobic activity, when you're doing a lot of intensity, you're going to want to have more rest days. So the more vigorous the activity, the more rest you'll need. It's recommended to take a rest day every 3 to 5 days. And you want to take into account the recommendations for aerobic activity, which you just talked about, which was?
About 40 minutes.
There you go.
Incidentally, if you're looking to lose weight, you don't want to do the aerobic stuff, the running and the swimming. Swimming maybe. But the reason for that is when you do resistive activities, that produces adiponectin, which is a hormone that your body makes, and your muscles use your fat cells to make that, to burn more fat. But you peak that when you do resistive activities, not cardio.
Oh, look at that. Well, how about running?
Thanks. How about running? It's cardio.
Yeah. It requires a different approach to rest days because of the toll it can take on the body. Running too much too soon can lead to fatigue and overuse injuries. Beginners should aim for 3 days of running per week to start. On other days, your workout should involve muscles you don't use while running. So you want to rotate the things that you're doing.
Resistive activity. Incidentally, you know what happened to the first marathon runner ever?
He died.
He did.
I did know that. I think I've heard that before.
Probably
Somewhere through the grapevine.
Yep. I'm not saying don't run. That's not what I say.
No.
But if you're I just have some fun and play with that.
Yeah.
But it is a true story.
If you're training for a big race, the closer you get to the race day, the more rest days you actually need, so you can be prepared for the run day.
Right. Otherwise, you'll be
burned out.
Right. Sugar deficient, glycogen deficient, and then rest required for bodybuilding. It's like me, the hulky guy, right? So bodybuilding or weight training incorporates rest days by rotating different muscle groups, which we talked about a little bit before. And so you'll be able to allow 1 to 2 days of rest per muscle group to help the muscles repair and recover. I actually like more than that. When I look at my bodybuilder friends, okay, and I talk to them about their weight training schedules and stuff, and I'm talking about the natural ones, okay, they would do chest, let's say on a Monday, they'll go and they'll work out their chest. And then they might not get back to that for 2 weeks to allow it ample time to recover so that they get the size and growth. Now, incidentally, while you're working out with sets, if you're going set after set, if you want strength and power, you want to rest 2 to 5 minutes between the sets that you do. But if you want hypertrophy in the larger muscles, it's about 30 to 60 seconds of rest between sets to get the size.
So I need to bulk it up, is what you're saying?
2 to 5 minutes. 2 to 5 minute rest. You're good.
So exercising for weight loss. We did cover this a little bit. You talked about that.
Yeah, and let's face it, as we get up and move, we're going to burn more calories. And it's rare that you'll hear us talk about calories because it's, for the most part, it's not about calories in, calories out, unless you're consuming just way too many calories or the wrong type of calories. It's the hormonal effect. And when we get up and work out and move, we're creating an increase of adiponectin, which I mentioned before, that's going to, your body's going to use to burn fat, and getting into fat burning. Once you're there, you can stay there as long as your diet is correct.
Yeah, it can be tempting to push yourself to go really hard every day when you're trying to lose weight, but you should really make sure you're having regular rest days. One aspect of weight loss is building muscle, because when you have more muscle, you burn more calories. It goes back to, don't go crazy with crazy cardio all the time. It's really important, especially for women, to also build their muscles. And it doesn't mean use hulky, crazy weights or anything like that. Even just, I'm looking for something. I'm not in a kitchen. I was going to say, even taking, like your cans of vegetables and starting out with that and just doing some resistive activity is going to be very beneficial, because adding that muscle is going to help you to lose weight more than just being crazy with your cardio.
Right.
Which is going to make you more fatigued.
But also when you're crazy with cardio, if you get your heart rate above 130, as it spikes above that, you stimulate the adrenal glands to produce more cortisol, which causes fat storing around the midsection.
And nobody wants that, let's be real.
How about check in with how you feel all the time?
Right.
So it's essential to always listen to your body, because it can be easier said than done. Oh yeah. Especially when you're trying to push yourself through pain. Never push through pain. Pain is a sign that you should take a break for a moment. And that moment could be just right at that moment for an instant to give your body a chance to recover a bit, or that could mean take a little time off from that exercise or that group of exercise so your body can repair before it gets damaged permanently.
Right. And you need to know the difference between pain and discomfort. Since no one can feel what you feel, it's up to you to know the difference between pain and discomfort. Working through discomfort is the only way to achieve change. However, working through pain can lead to damaging effects. So really start paying attention to your body so you know the difference. If you're just feeling uncomfortable because you're starting a new workout routine and it's a little bit hard for you, and just pushing through so you can finish it and going, I pulled something, I have this pain, and that can lead to bigger injuries down the road. So you really need to pay attention to your body and how you feel. Pain is usually a sharp or stabbing feeling in a specific area. Numbness or radiating, and very stabbing and painful. Discomfort, on the other hand, is a feeling of something that is just difficult or challenging. It can be a burning sensation in your muscles or breathing a little heavier, especially when you're doing something new.
Yeah, so like discomfort, you're doing a set of push-ups, and the discomfort could be that the muscles are getting tight and it's getting hard to push up. That's discomfort. Or pain, when you're trying to do a push-up and you have something that feels like it's ripping or burning in the shoulder or the elbow, that means stop.
And if it's still hurting when you stop for a moment, you know you're pushing yourself a little bit too hard. So how do you know if you're resting enough?
I would say that you are regularly gaining the results that you're looking for. Little muscle hypertrophy, or a lot, depending on what you're looking for. Weight loss, and you could be looking to gain weight from working out too, but you're looking for changes in body physique. Slimmer waist, more tone-defined arms and legs, more chiseled chin.
Look at that. Should we give them a cool resting shake, since we do like to talk about smoothies and everyone's always asking for smoothie recipes here in the office? So here's a recipe for you, and remind me if I forget. What?
The answer to your question is yes.
Guess what?
Should we give them the recipe?
Oh, yes, we should. So if I forget to put it, make sure you comment in the comments about the recipe if I forget when we finish the video today, but I will add it on there. But here's an ultimate recovery rest day shake that you can make. So what does it have? 3/4 cups of raw coconut water, a half a cup of fresh pineapple, a small or a half a cup of frozen banana, half a cup of frozen berries, a half a cup of spinach, a 1/4 cup of cooked quinoa. And a lot of people are always like, oh, what can I do for some protein and added to my shake? Well, you can use quinoa in your shakes as well, to have that without the extra things that wouldn't be as good, right?
Yep.
You could use a scoop of raw protein powder if you'd like. We like to use standard processed protein powder because they have multiple ones. They have vegetarian, vegan ones. They have dairy-free ones. But it's raw protein powder, plant or plant and animal based,
that your body knows what to do and absorb, and they're made from multiple vegetables sources. The ones that aren't vegetarian are just whey. And so, and I know there's a lot of people say, oh, I have trouble with whey. Well, the whey is raw, it's not cooked.
Right.
And so that's with the ones that aren't vegan. But the ones that are vegan, same thing, great proteins, and the body's looking to absorb that and utilize it, particularly after a workdown.
And I like to finish the smoothie off with some cinnamon.
Oh, yeah.
I like ice in mine. If you like it a little bit on the colder side, I like to throw in a handful of ice cubes as well. Blend that up and enjoy. It's a great shake for muscle recovery.
Now in our household, she's in charge of the smoothies because somehow or whatever, when I make them, they become chunkies.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. He definitely makes chunkies. They're not that great. Well, I think we've covered a lot today. I'm going to leave you with that recipe, and I will pop that recipe on in the comments as well. So look for that recipe as well. I want to thank you for joining us. If you have any questions or comments or anything about what we talked about today, just leave a message in the comments and we'll get back to you and answer your questions about exercise and recovery, or any questions that you had about what we talked about today.
Awesome. So how you should exercise, how you should recover, we're here.
Or foods or anything that you're looking for. So that's it for today. Hope you have a great day, and I look forward to hearing from you soon.
Make it an awesome week. I'm Dr. Dave.
And I'm Amy.
And we want to be your inspiration
For healthy living.
Bye.
Bye, guys.